The year was 2012. Imagine the scene. A sleek Porsche, a testament to hard-earned success, suddenly engulfed in a terrifying blaze. This wasn't a scene from a movie, no. This was Kid Cudi's reality. The car, more than just metal and machinery, represented a part of his journey, his achievements. And then, in an instant, it became a symbol of something far more sinister. The explosion wasn't just loud, it was a violent punctuation mark in his life story. It was a message, stark and brutal, delivered under the cloak of darkness. The flames didn't just consume a vehicle, they threatened to consume his peace, his sense of security. It was an act designed to instill fear, to intimidate, and it undoubtedly left an indelible mark on his soul. The acrid smell of smoke, the sight of twisted, burning metal, these images would sear themselves into his memory. It's one thing to read about such events, another entirely to live through them. The shockwaves of that explosion rippled far beyond the physical damage. It was a profound violation, an attack not just on property but on his very being. Who would do such a thing, and why? These questions must have haunted him, replaying in his mind a chilling loop of uncertainty and dread. Fast forward to May 22, 2025. A very different scene unfolds. No explosions, no fire, but the atmosphere in the federal courtroom is just as charged, just as intense. Kid Cudi, no longer just the acclaimed musician, stands as a witness. He is there to tell his truth, a truth that has been simmering for over a decade. He confirms it. His Porsche was indeed blown up. And then, the bombshell revelation. He links this horrific act directly to Sean Diddy Combs. The alleged motive? Cudi had dated Cassie Ventura, a woman with her own complex history with Combs. Suddenly, the 2012 inferno wasn't just a random act of violence. It was, according to Cudi, a calculated act of retaliation, of intimidation. But the Porsche incident, as terrifying as it was, wasn't an isolated event. Cudi testified that prior to the explosion, his home had been broken into. This wasn't a typical burglary. Gifts were unwrapped, a strange, unsettling detail. To understand Kid Cudi's journey, and indeed his response to such traumatic events, we must look further back into the formative years of his life. Scott Mescudi, the man behind the music, carries the profound scar of losing his father at the tender age of 11. This wasn't just a loss, it was an earthquake that reshaped his entire world. The glare and the haze navigating fame's labyrinth. Kid Cudi's ascent to fame was meteoric. Tracks like Day and Night resonated globally, and suddenly Scott Mescudi was a household name. But the spotlight, while dazzling, cast very long, very dark shadows. The pressure that comes with such rapid success is immense, a relentless scrutiny that can warp one's sense of self. For Cudi, an artist known for his introspective and often melancholic lyrics, fame became a double-edged sword. It provided a platform for his art but also amplified his internal struggles, making them public property. He was living a dream, yet simultaneously battling nightmares in plain sight, a paradox many successful artists face.
Finding the light, a journey of healing and grace. The path out of such profound darkness is never easy, nor is it linear. For Kid Cudi, the ascent towards healing began with a courageous and pivotal decision to seek help. In 2016, he checked himself into rehab for depression and suicidal urges. This was a public admission of his struggles, a vulnerable act that resonated deeply with his fans and beyond. It signaled a turning point, a conscious choice to confront his demons rather than be consumed by them.
Therapy became a vital tool, providing him with the space and guidance to unpack years of trauma, from the loss of his father to the pressures of fame and the terror of incidents like the Porsche explosion. Faith also played a significant role in his journey towards redemption.
The unbroken spirit, courage, testimony, and hope's horizon. The man who stood in that federal courtroom in May 2025 was not the same man whose Porsche was torched in 2012. He was a man forged in fire, both literal and metaphorical. His testimony against Sean Diddy Combs was more than just a legal statement. It was a profound act of courage, a culmination of his long journey through trauma and towards healing. To speak out against such a powerful figure, knowing the potential scrutiny and backlash, required immense bravery. It was Cudi reclaiming his narrative, refusing to be silenced by past fear or intimidation. He was standing in his truth, a powerful testament to his resilience. Cudi said, "This act of speaking out was not just for myself.